Hi, I'm Lady D Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone for recording artists. You can sing well inside the zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m.
Morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Runnings, coming to you live from inside the zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, and the crew, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Welcome to another exciting feature of the program where we talk about our traditions and cultures, memories of our childhood, and bouts of laughter. This morning promises to be one of those. Whether it was a one entry, 5 years, or multiple indefinite. That's the visa stamped in our passports. It meant that the long awaited dream of coming to Farin had come true. In fact, we quickly took on the slang, me a fly out or me a go up so. We shared the news with friends and family members with a sense of accomplishment and even became a consultant on the do's and don'ts of how to prepare for the dreaded interview at the embassy. But coming to Farin, for many of us, was not what we expected, or it perhaps worked out in your favor. Come, a Saturday morning runnings, make we talk. So joining me are Shernette Midnight Brown, Brainbox Jackie
I
Tyson.
fired a Jackie this morning.
And if you know anything about some of us, we're always on time. So there has to be a reason why Max not here. So Max has a very important appointment that she cannot miss. So we miss her. Jen should be joining us. So we're looking forward to that. So ladies, morning.
Good morning. Good morning,
Saturday.
darling.
We are,
Yeah.
if you notice.
Charlotte, how you doing? How you doing now?
Yeah.
Me all right. Me not get the accent yet.
Oh. Living in
Me not
England for quite a while, you pick up a certain things,
all right.
Oh, I like that. Look good, How do
You
you
look
do?
fly. You look fly. You look very fly.
What you say?
Very.
Fire take me? Fire take me? Oh,
No.
Oh,
No.
no.
You look like you're going to fly.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
no, easy. I come, me, I come. How we go?
One or the
Me take
other.
a 6 week, me take a 6 week trip, and turn foreigner.
Me tell
Totally
you,
foreigner. So me just have
accent.
come. So accent.
Accent.
No one lady can give you one of story is gonna be like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Lordy. So,
Yeah, man.
guess who is first joining us this morning? Andrea.
Who?
Morning,
Oh
Andrea.
yes. Hi, Andrea.
Andrea.
See her.
She
Morning.
said,
Just
"Oh,
my
loving
life.
the creative looks." Yes, sir.
Tongues.
Morning, Vero.
Tongues.
We got to put our best foot forward, So there it
Our
is.
best face. We have to put our best face forward.
Right.
That too.
Andrea
Yes.
said she never have to carry no ties to the embassy. Jackie, you look like a tourist. That's what Andrea says.
What? It's
So-
6 weeks work?
And so good morning, everyone. Please don't forget to share the link and let them know that we're going to talk about Farin because there are many stories that you all have to share, and we would like to hear. Una see how my cheeks then.
I'm
Rouge up.
adjusting my light.
Because I am the travel agent and producer and stuff. I can't really
Oh,
do the raps because I have to, be in the professional space.
All right.
Yeah, but I came out this morning and I am loving how you guys are looking. Coming to
Oh.
Farin. Farin
Yep.
could be anywhere your Farin is.
That's it.
Brenda
We're
Brenda
Jamaicans.
says she loves our outfits.
Yes.
You hear the H synopsis. Brother,
Morning,
pause.
Brenda. How many people you know? You share the link with anyone you know? You send out the link there. She loving outfits. All right. Good morning. For
Oh.
those of you coming on, please share. We are going. I'm almost at I think 600 or something like that.
Oops.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So we're getting there, but we
Yeah.
cannot get there if we
me
don't
share.
have full collaboration, right? So
Mhm.
morning, Carlton. Good morning here. Doing laundry, but happy to be on the program. You guys looking fabulous and full of vibes. Thank
All
you,
right.
Carlton. Carlton is a yardie, and you know him. He's here. Not in. He's
Uh-huh.
here. He's here. So, but anyway, so sure, Vera. So we're looking fabulous. That's what when you're going to foreign do.
Mhm.
You
Yes.
dress up. So, ladies, as we're talking about coming to Farin, we all have our own, especially the first time stories. Because my first time, I'm telling you, I'll share that later. But I know that you ladies must have had good memories or bad ones of your very first trip, because you know many of us were born in the rural parishes, raised there, or from the city, Kingston, city, Montego Bay, you know, in the city
Mhm.
areas. And over the years, we saw that buzz of excitement when people were traveling
Mhm.
back in the day. It was a
Mhm.
it was an event because
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
you invited people, and transportation was provided, whether it was in a yeah,
True. It's true
trans
because them time, yeah, you had Raving
Yeah.
Gallery, and that was a big
Yes.
trip. Cause them want they
there
want go
was
Raving Gallery.
right. So,
Yes.
Everybody there had the wire fence on the
oh,
Weaving
you
Gallery
know, looking
Yes.
against
over,
the wall and the wire fence.
and as you
Yes.
look, and truthfully, as you looked over at the wire fence, you picture yourself, you know, one
Yes.
day
Mhm.
walking on that
One day,
surface and going up into that
going
aircraft
up
and
the
having
ramp.
to turn and wave.
Yeah, because you had to walk way out on the
You
tarmac
remember? You had to walk way out.
and breeze that blow you. If you
Yeah.
know wear much, you have to put two phone in your pocket. Them breeze that was some breeze.
Right.
But
So,
remember,
Mhm.
also,
yeah,
the traveling started from in the community, because the Sunday before you travel, say people are come at church, come pray for you, pastor call you, and it's like
Yeah.
a big prayer,
mm-hmm,
right? So
Mhm.
people
absolutely.
are get prayed for, so they
Mm-hmm,
picking them, I got the whole family, everybody get touched
mm-hmm.
by pastor, and people
Mhm.
surround them,
Yes,
and whatever. It
ma'am.
was a big
Mhm.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
Some
And
people never come at church that Sunday.
right. And as a matter of fact, all right. So there is that permanent, right, residency that you get. So those people who knew that them are come a foreign and it not likely them will come back, would
Mm-hmm.
walk from door to door, and have that exit goodbye conversation with their neighbors
Mm-hmm.
and their very
That
good
that
friends in the
that was
community.
that was me.
See there?
Really,
That
Shirley, give me
oh
that story
yes,
there.
Yes.
that was me. And let me tell you, my grandfather's sister-in-law. So bear with me now. My grandfather's sister-in-law,
Mhm.
Aunt Lynn. I remember when I went to her and I said, I'm gonna leave. As opposed to everybody else who say, okay, yeah, be do see your mother go send for you a long time, and yes, and so that lady turned on me and gave me a tongue lashing
Mm-mm.
Wow.
because what it is, let me just say, I did not come here. I came here with trepidation and reluctance. I did not want to come here at
Mhm.
all. Let me just say that. I was not one of them that had a big, like, yeah, me a go up, yeah, me a fly out, yeah, my turn. No, I did. Matter of fact, when I got my visa, I sat on the visa until it almost expired.
Really?
Yes, I had the visa. I think back then, we don't know what it is now, but back then your visa was good for I think 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
and mine was
One
about to
entry.
expire. Yeah, yeah, because I was filed for, so I was a permanent. I'm coming
Oh,
permanently, which I did not want, and my oh Lord Jesus. Anyway, let me go back to Aunt Lynn because that's too much. I said to Aunt Lynn, I'm leaving next week, so on, so on, so. Aunt Lynn chased me off, because my grandmother initially was supposed to come with me. My grandfather had passed away couple of years before. And
Mm-hmm.
so my grandmother then ended up changing her mind and say, what, she now better come if you go on.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really want to leave her, to be honest. But then she said, no, man, go on, maybe all right, send me food, come give me, come look for me and all of that stuff. So preparation was made for a companion to stay with her and so on and so forth. But Aunt Lynn traced me off because she said, imagine I should be staying with my grandmother because my grandmother raised me, and
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm grown, I'm a big woman now. So therefore,
Oh
me should
dear.
have stayed with my grandmother until she passed, and then me could have looked at my own self. So she never gave me any well wishes like what good God with you and
Mm.
all that like other people did. She tell me off in no uncertain terms that
Mm-mm.
I was very selfish to believe in my grandmother at a time like this when she need me. She's over 80 plus, and I am now leaving her, and I should put my plans on hold and stay with her. She was not to be denied. She tell me I'm good and proper.
My
so much
goodness.
she never go do it.
Well, I mean, and she wasn't living far away because my grandmother was her sister-in-law. She not her sister-in-law, was her husband's sister. Yeah, because her husband and my grandfather were brothers.
Okay.
But
Oh,
she
okay.
yeah, she does figure that I should stay, which in and the weird thing is that's how I felt.
Mm, mm,
That's exactly how I felt. But she
oh,
just laced me proper.
lace a long time. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, man.
Ah, she lace you good and proper.
Yes.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
goodness. Well,
Uh-huh.
so yes, people used to say their goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, some would be happy, some would not be very pleased, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
worse, if you go and in the first few months, letter come and, people are going,
Mm-hmm.
people going down to the call box and call and, a checkup and,
I
oh,
do collect call.
and I do,
Collect
Collect call.
calls. You remember that?
and do collect call,
Yeah.
right?
Dollar and
Yes.
change a minute. Lord have mercy.
Yes. And
No call me peak. No call me when I peak time. Call me
time.
off peak. Yes.
Yes. So we have seen it, but in terms of the transportation, I remember
Mm-hmm.
seeing people pack up in the back of Mass Papa's truck
Yes.
going
Mm-hmm.
Masking.
to
Mhm.
airport because
Yeah.
somebody are going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So by all means necessary.
Yeah. It was like a field trip.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then
And
there
Mm-hmm.
that was
was
an
the
opportunity sometimes to some people who have never left the district.
right.
When
Right.
them
And
we
some
go
people
to
and some
Montego Bay
people
or
who
Kingston.
right, because yeah, those were the two airports. Yeah. Because you might not
Right.
they've never been to the airport
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and don't anticipate going at least known time, anytime soon.
Anytime
So
soon.
it's a
Big
big deal.
deal. Big
Mm-hmm.
deal. So
Mm-hmm.
we'd like to once again say welcome to our viewers. Coming to Farin is our topic this morning. What story do you have? You can post it in the chat. And again, you are invited to join us here, on a Saturday morning live. If you'd like to be
Yes.
a guest on the show, we will welcome you so you can have full participation to share
Mm-hmm.
your story. As you know, we have boundaries. So, as them say, no, everything good for eat, good for talk,
We talk.
but we
Mm-hmm.
talk where we know we can talk. So that
Mm-hmm.
Right.
we're not worried about that. So if you're concerned about that, you can choose what you would like to share as opposed
Right.
to what you don't want to share. But you're
Mm-hmm.
welcome. So if you want to join us one morning, Just put it in the chat for now, today, and then you send me your information. And most of you here, I know anyway. So I do have your information, and we can make it happen. How about that? Great. So,
Right.
Jax, let me start with you. Your like first trip. What was that
My
like for you?
first trip to, well, we have to differentiate. You have big Farin and you have little Farin.
Mhm.
Oh.
So so there's a difference, Lady D. Because some of us, our first trip on a plane was to a small island or another island. So, for me, my first trip on a plane was to Haiti.
Okay.
My first trip was to Haiti. And that was just before everything went bangarang.
Bangarang.
Yes. When I went there, you could see that it was about to fall. And this
Wow.
was in 1988. That was in 1988. I actually left the country with a group of young ladies. My mother sent us to modeling school in 1983, and I was 15 years old, and she the guy who owned the modeling school, he was an openly gay guy, and he knew people in Haiti because he used to work there. So he made some connections, and he saw where we could do a series of fashion shows in Haiti for the people. One of the family that we stayed with, their brother was running for president of Haiti. The names were Bazin. That's their name. And we stayed there for a period of 2 months, and we did fashion shows in this club every night. We just go there, and it was like 2 outfits. I just needed that, that addition. That place was packed every night. And we'd go and we did. I was, a young kid, and I went. My mother insisted that I stayed with him personally and not in any place else. So I stayed in the room with him because I knew I would be safe. She knew I would be safe, and I was safe. And and he was very protective of me. So we went, did our 2 months fashion show, and came back to the island, came back to Jamaica. And it wasn't until years later, after I started working and stuff, I took my second trip to Cancun, Mexico.
All right.
My experiences were small before the big foreign.
Nice.
And when I went to Cancun, Mexico, that was a great experience too, because I was working with the tourist board, and we were going to, they had a delegation, a whole plane load of people going to Cancun. At the time, Cancun had just opened up, and I was going, I broke some borders when I was working in TPDCO, that's Tourist Board, and nobody from the Information Officers Program has ever gone into the managers and spoken to them the way I did. And I told them that we are giving information to people about, our island and where they should go and whatever. And we don't even know what other people's borders look like.
Right.
And I was working directly in the cruise shipping department. So, and I was a supervisor. So I told them that I'll even pay my own fare to go and see how they do things in Cancun. And by me saying that, they paid for my trip to go to Cancun.
Great.
Very good. Yeah. Very good.
Yep.
And it was a great experience. I wrote a report, came back and presented it to them. And then afterwards, my next trip was to Miami Beach Convention Center for the big cruise shipping convention that they have during the springtime. And that was how it started.
So your early beginnings, you had some great experiences.
Yeah.
Yes. Kudos to you. Congrats. So for me, my very, very first trip, I was a part of the National Concert Choir out of the Church of God of Prophecy. So there was a festival of choirs that was held in Nassau in the Bahamas. During the rehearsals, I didn't see financially the way I could have gone, so I wasn't going. I was with the choir and directing and stuff, but I wasn't sure I would go. But eventually, I was able to go. At that time, you had to pay a landing fee. I think it was like 80 US or something like that. You had to pay
Oh yeah,
landing.
you remember we used to have departure tax and all that stuff?
Yes, yes.
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 So in Nassau, you had to pay a landing
Mm-hmm.
fee, and we all went. A contingent of us, like over 60 people. A lot of us went. The numbers I
Mm-hmm.
don't recall, and it was held at the um that well-known hotel. Um,
Oh, in Nassau,
yes.
Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh dear, I forget the name of it. Yeah.
Some H. What was it? What is the name of the hotel? Anyway, but we dressed up in our bandana, you know,
Oh.
Mm.
our bandana skirts and white top,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
we
nice.
we performed, and the guys were in the bow tie and thing. It was nice, man. And but Nassau is very, in terms of the geographical layout, it's very small. You can literally just drive out the island.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was there.
And
I was
take
there in
time,
2019. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So it's small. Mm.
So that was from in the late 80s, 90s, late 80s. Yeah, late 80s. So that was my very, very first trip. We had a good trip and fun, all of us. We sing and do we thing, and it was awesome. So my second trip now was I chose to go to the US Embassy. So I got a letter from the national overseer at the time, Lesmond Graham, um, who gave me a letter to say, I'd like to visit and thing. And I went, whatever little bit in the account, nothing to write home about, but I say I'm going anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the preliminaries, man, and go the day, and walked up to this gentleman, and I just put my documents, slide them under. I said nothing to the man. He opened it, he read, he looked at me. He says, "And how long are you staying?" I said, "For the duration of the my trip." Me not tell him 2 months, me not say 5, I don't say 6.
Mm-hmm.
I just boldly said to him, "For the duration of the trip." So that could have
Mm-hmm.
been anything. He looked at
Exactly.
he looked at me.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ask me if I have this or that, and it ties to absolutely anything. And
Mm-hmm.
then
You
he
just.
said, "Okay." And he looked. I'd gotten a letter from my job, so it's an American-based company. So he looked at that and he just said, "All right," and he stamped. I I was trying to peek, but you can't see. So he
No.
stamped, and I took the document. I told him thanks, and I went out. Looking at the passport till me reach out
A
a
lot of
door.
people don't.
Right. Because
Yes,
yeah.
because some people, the moment they hand them the book is one praise report
Yeah.
one inside of the big
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have
I
seen
Yes.
don't
that,
like that.
or out
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
door, them a jump up and
Yeah.
carry on.
Yeah.
So when
Mm-hmm.
I went out and looked, he gave me a one entry. I said, "That is quite fine."
Mm-hmm.
So I called up a friend of mine. She lived here in the US at the time. I said, "Listen, I got a visa and I'd wanna come travel." She said, "Denise, come, man." So that was in 1987. Yeah.
Mm.
Me said, me plan the trip, ticket. She said, "Denise, it is, listen now." She said, "It is cold, so dress warm." Right?
Oh Lord of mercy. See, that's a
So I got, but
one. What month was it, Lady D?
So that I know we are talking about February.
Oh, because I came in 87 too.
Oh, so that
And
a
it was cold.
February briley winter.
We
So,
oh yeah. Oh
but then
yeah.
I know nothing about you see cool on TV.
Please.
You know you see how people dress, but you
Uh-huh.
know, so here the part with my part of it, I know, and I will not be long. I'll speed it up.
That's
I
fine.
had a dressmaker, and I call her up and say you're gonna make
Mm-mm.
me an outfit because I'm going up, right? Me
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fly out.
Ah, so she said, "All right." I bought a nice linen teal colored
Mm,
fabric, and she made me,
mm-hmm.
and
Linen.
because she can sew, you know, so she gave
Mm-hmm.
me
Mm-hmm.
turtleneck look,
Mm-hmm.
and long skirt and jacket with a belt. Me did look ready. So from the neck to below my knee, me
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get one pair of kind of thick stocking because she said I have to keep my feet warm.
Mm.
All right, so you listen to the instructions. So
Mm-hmm.
I had a nice little white pair of shoe, one little heel like so, and the top of the shoe had perforated holes. So
Mm-hmm.
listen,
Mm.
February. So
We're trying to
babe,
laugh, man.
no laugh. It was a
Uh,
Sunday.
uh,
Sunday. It was a Sunday trip. So I got to airport, man, do me check-in. Auntie Paula give me a jacket because she had been here. So she gave me a jacket. So again, jacket intact, clothes in a suitcase from my neck to right below me knee, me good. Me have on
mm-hmm.
stocking, a little white shoes. February. When I got to Kennedy, um, snow. Me see snow, me look out a door, me see snow like cement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Snow. So I'm like, okay. Then we were told that the flight is delayed, right? And they're
Mm.
gonna have to tell us when we are gonna leave. So me walk up and down whole time in the airport, eat, come here, me money, me buy me something
Mm-hmm.
to eat, me read, me carry a book, me read, me relax. Finally, it was called that maybe some good 3 hours after we heard the flight call, and we started to board. So while we were in line, they stopped us and said they can't use this aircraft because they realize they're low on landing fuel.
Uh-oh.
So they had to take us off. Again, I am fine, my foot okay. I am in the building and I would have been fine. So after that, we waited some time and then they called again and redirect us to some places to go board. So I saw an open door. I see people are go outside. And I saw
Well,
some of the people.
board. So you were already in New York?
Yes, so we in New York and I'm going to Connecticut. So I have to connect
Oh,
to go to Bradley.
okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I see the door. I may look outside and snow high so on the tarmac. And the men out there are shoveling and do them thing and a blow
Mm-hmm.
snow. And some of the people who were gonna board with me, I saw them going outside. So them are people, dressed to the T, boots and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Denise
That them know what time it is.
have a nice little jacket in our white shoes. So when I
Call
walked
me
up,
a
it was
father.
my turn now. So I go up to this agent. I said, "Is this flight so and so?" Although it depends on something, so me I read it, but me can't believe.
Mm-hmm.
He said yes. I said, "And we have to walk outside?" He said yes. So then he
Mm-hmm.
looked at me. He says, "And where are you coming from?"
Oh Lord.
I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Jamaica." He looked down at me. He says, "Well, you're going to have to walk out there."
Mm-mm.
Hello.
Mercy.
Before my foot even touched the snow,
Mm-hmm.
this is now my first experience with snow. Me no country, me no butu, so me understand. But hello, when me step down because them never get the shovel where they step part.
Oh Lord.
When me put down my foot, me not see my shoes.
Yeah, your foot lost.
My foot lost and the snow
And the
come
shoe.
all the way a little above my knee. So my poor little
Oh
skirt tail disappear
yeah.
and wet instantly.
Yeah, and the linen.
Linen.
No, sir.
Linen.
Listen
No,
now,
sir.
so me now I take me time, I prod, me I use me toe inside of the shoe to grip me foot so that my foot no come out of the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You no understand? Me have to
Yes.
walk, me have to walk one good distance to go out. So me I look for the plane. When me look,
Hey.
I want a little American eagle, then we look like Tinsel Pen playing them.
Uh-huh.
You no understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
One mess, people are walk past me fast and a plod in a snow.
And you have to take time, an
You
inch,
take time and an inch, so my shoes no come off.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, by the time I reach inside of the plane,
Mm-hmm.
when me look at, you know, the little eagle. So me look now, me find me seat. That's when me sit down behind the pilot.
Oi.
Mhm.
And the door is open because more people have to come in.
Lord
Oh, God.
Jesus.
The wind that blow till I was thinking to myself, maybe they shouldn't let us fly because the snow
Mhm.
falls still.
Mm-hmm.
One something, me tap him on his back. I said, "Can you pull up the door?" He says, "No, ma'am. More people are coming." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so you know what? Jamaican, maybe they always have a handkerchief and a little
Hello.
washcloth.
Eh.
Like, you know, me not do it.
Yes.
Ever since I still do it. I still walk with a little, as we say, rag.
Yeah.
Me take
Mhm.
out, you know what? Me have to take my foot out of the first. Me have to wring me skirt tail, water and
Mhm.
drip.
Yeah.
You hear me? Me have to
Me
wring
feel
the
it for
skirt
you. God
tail.
no.
Me take off
God
the
no.
shoes. When me take off the shoes and do so, ice a drop out, water a run out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one of those little white shoes. Me don't know where me da go. Me don't know what happened from my ankle down. Why me never or my knee down. Why I did not properly.
But you don't know. And them should have prepared you, whoever was
You
inviting
don't know
you.
that.
But guess what? Had it not been for that blizzard, you know, because that was a blizzard in '87. Had it not
Yeah,
been
that.
for that, I would have been fine because you would have connected into the aircraft. So my
Right.
feet would not have
Okay.
been that exposed.
Yeah.
Missy pneumonia, Missy sick, everything.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, I was
Listen
gonna
now.
say thankfully you never catch pneumonia.
So the shoe was one of those elastic, it has a lot of elasticity. So
Stretch.
I could,
Mm-hmm.
So
You could have ring it.
when we do so, me see water breathe out to the shoe.
Mm-mm.
Me take the rag, wrap one foot, and the kerchief wrap the other foot.
You had a,
And put
you
it
must
and put it and
No, sir.
back in the shoe because we can't keep my foot exposed like that. I'm seated.
yeah,
in
and
the door.
you told them must fear them are gonna drop off.
Listen, finally,
Oh my
two
God.
people came in and he locked the door. We leave. It was the worst experience. The little aircraft was just going like that in
Mm-mm.
the wind, the snow.
Mm.
Finally, we land. Listen to me. It was a repeat of the same.
Yes,
So
because
what
it's
into the oh
colder.
wow.
And it looked like the
Connecticut.
Bradley crew were not vigilant.
And yeah, and
So
plus further up north, the snow is
the
more.
top, yes, so it's pouring more. But I don't think
Mm-mm.
they had a lot of crew working the ground to,
Mm-hmm.
shove, well, they're not shovel, to blow and stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus, Father, when me see the
Mm-mm.
door open,
Because it's a
and
smaller
had to go
airport
walk
too.
again,
Mm-hmm.
walk to the building. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, what a mess. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to do the same thing and walk
Again.
back to the building.
Mm-mm.
Oh
When
my
I got
God.
inside, I went into I spotted my luggage because you connect so that you then put it
Mhm.
somewhere. Me walk, me find
Mm-hmm.
it. The time they used to when me I walk, me just hear me shoes.
I got squish,
I go
squish. Oh God.
squash,
And
squish,
some, water kind of, them is still, my foot still wrapping in the kerchief and the rag, We don't
Oh
understand.
God.
Me look
People
like a
don't wear your
perfect
foot.
country bumpkin.
I can imagine.
All of my skirt wet up.
Lord have
Me
mercy.
go in the restroom, me get as much paper towel as me could, squeeze the shoes. It was an ordeal. Squeeze the shoes, try to get it to some kind of, less saturated position. So me could have.
Oh
Man,
my
that's
gosh.
rough.
Oh
That's
my!
rough.
Yes.
Oh, no, hear me.
That is rough.
So me wipe off. Yeah. When me go back outside, I got my suitcase. I was exhausted.
But
What
no,
must?
Mentally,
because snow, walking through snow does
walking
make
through
you
snow.
it
And
makes you
remember, I'm
tired.
coming from a warm climate.
Please. Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that kind of exposure, I said, Jesus, please don't let me get sick here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then, you know what me do? Exhaustion, me just give up and say me not even stand up and profile. Me wet up, me look a mess already.
Mm-hmm.
I just turn over the suitcase, take a seat on top of it. In the center of the airport, I just sit down. And shortly after, I saw my friend coming. And so she walked towards me. Me know she said, but I'm not Denise. Not Denise, me. I say.
Oh God.
And so she comes over.
No,
She's like,
sir.
please, why are you sitting on top of your suitcase? Why you wet up? And a whole heap of question. I'm like, you know what? Just make me go. Me say, what? How far you park? Because at this point, I'm like,
Exactly.
I am not doing this no more. I said, where are you parked?
Bex.
She said, right out the front. I said, good. And we got the suitcase and I went out. I wet. She had to put.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oliver would say that was a tumultuous experience.
tumultuous experience.
Yes. Yes.
And so that was my very first trip into America.
Wow.
Every time I tell people about it, they laugh, but they understood.
But that's the worst I've heard. That is the worst I've heard.
I've heard. No, the first time I experienced the winter like that coming to, it was my first time. No, it was my second time to the Northeast, because my son's father lived in Connecticut, and I had come up during the summertime, so we never experienced the cold. So I came up in the summertime because I was en route to Ohio to visit a friend of mine, my brother, and a friend of mine. So I stopped in Connecticut. I spent a few days, I think it was a week, and then I left. So the weather was warm because it was in June, and I had 3 weeks from work. So I came up in the summer. It was good. So I came back the December. He said I should come back December. Lady D, he went to work and he said he won't be able to come to JFK to pick me up because now they don't have a connecting flight to Connecticut. So I had to take the limousine service to Connecticut. So I took limousine service. When I got to the bus station in Connecticut, I was the only person standing there. Nobody else, all the shops, nobody at the bus station, but that's a place, that's a designated place that they drop people off. So
but what time of day was that?
That's nighttime.
What time of night?
Yeah.
Night.
By now it was like 9 o'clock. And he didn't leave work early. And while I was standing, and the man said, "Be careful out there because it's gonna be a snowstorm." He said, "Snowstorm?" They didn't even know what the man thought. The man said, "Snowstorm." Yes, and then
that's why nobody know out there. Everybody gone put up already.
Exactly. All I had was one of those like those college jackets with the stripes on the side. one of those black. That's all I had on because
like a
I
flat
thought,
jacket.
in Jamaica that warm, so that was what I picked up. That's all I had. You see, when we stand up there and the snowstorm starts and the wind start to
Oh Lord.
the snow all in on your face and all over. The run go behind one staircase and go stand up. And all when they stand up behind the staircase, the breeze just a blow the snow, pure snow, and me a peep out and me a shiver. Me listen, me take out almost everything out of the suitcase and put on.
Oh, drive a piece, that's what they are.
Lord, hush, Jackie.
I'm a peep on the car next to me, so one car pull up. And it wasn't him. And about after the third car, we realized he might want to want me there because no one have no cell phone, because I'm a cell phone days. If you had a beeper now. So me run, I could barely walk. Me couldn't feel my toes. Me couldn't feel my finger. Me couldn't feel nothing. So why you stand up for? He said, but you come late. And him come and carry me go on. I think it was a Dunkin' Donuts, buy me hot chocolate so me could have warm up. Listen, I've never felt that kind of cold before. Them something that deter people from really coming back to the United States.
Let me tell you something. Them foreign cola is extremely unfriendly. You hear me?
Telling you.
And no matter how you try to explain to somebody in Jamaica how the cold feel, them still can't get it. Them still can't get it. But with me, when I was coming, I was supposed to come in the summertime. But because I never want to come, me just never come. Because back in them days, like Lady D was saying earlier, people get them visa today, tomorrow them gone. Like say, well then Jamaica the worst place. Today and them gone tomorrow. So when we got to the embassy and some people were saying, no lucky because can't get turned down, no matter file phone or whatever. I had my daughter at the time, she was only a year old. So me never didn't want to leave my husband, me never want to leave my granny. Me just never want to come here, man. Never want to come. Me have my whole life out there. But so when my sisters them left in August, I did not leave until November. Like me said, my visa would have expired in a couple of days. And my mother literally called down there and said, threatened me and said, look here, if you don't come now, this, that, and the third. So I said, yeah, all right, we come now. So I end up coming in November. And I'm telling you, going to the airport, it was a whole convoy. My father-in-law, the sister-in-law, the cousin, the auntie, the one day, the one year. Everybody upon waving gallery and look here, me a ball like somebody dead,
Yes.
Me ball. Oh God, me cry. My husband a cry, me a cry. Me have the daughter in my hand. She was a year and 4 months. Little child, little snuggly me have on with her. And me get onto the plane and the plane I sit down and me them time they here Jamaica. You get pick up a mobby and it have to go Kingston, land again. People come on and you go on again. I sat there crying the entire time. I just bend down my head over my daughter and my lap. And me cry, but me I cry silently, as far as I know. I mean, I was heartbroken, let me tell you. Yeah. And then I remember we were well in flight and I think they were coming around with food. Them time upon here, Jamaica, I get brown stew, chicken, rice and peas, plantain, beans,
dinner,
carrot, juice. You get dinner, you can smell the carrot come. And when the stewardess get to me, she said, oh my, she said, you all right? So I think I must nod and say yes. So she said, where you going up? You're going up for a funeral? Me say no. And then me I wonder why she's saying that. So me say, why you think you're going up for your funeral? She said, but for you come up on the plane, you're not stop ball. So me say, I become me no want to go.
Oh Lord.
And she said, no, but all right. But I did not want to come at all. Oh. Never want to come. Never want to come.
Oh dear.
The plane
Jen, we would like to say a very special welcome to Jen. Good morning. Jen, oh, you look rosy sour. What's that? No.
Farin do it.
Farin agree with her.
Morning, Jen.
The plane almost left me this morning.
Yes.
Yes. The plane almost left.
You see
Anyway,
that?
good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ryan. I can see that
Good
you say you might
morning.
be here. Yes.
Mm-mm.
Good morning. Well, my time coming to America was the most enjoyable time because guess what?
Mm-mm.
My mother was here already. And
Okay.
the fact that I'm going to be with my mother, everybody else put aside. My son and my son came with me. But before that, I used to travel with pantomime and perform. So
Mhm.
going away was nothing. I remember the first time I took a plane to come to America. The cast members tricked me and tell me, say, I didn't know it's the first time. So they said, anytime we reach over Cuba, we must duck.
Uh-oh.
And I hear them say, now we're going over Cuba. We put them in at the bottom of the
Dead.
and everybody starts. It's just like when they say no standing zone and me gonna move and say,
Right, right.
you fool, you know? Me
No.
say that when they reach over Cuba, just duck. Everybody
Mm-mm.
start laughing
Jesus.
at me. Me say, what is going on? They trick me.
Cause nobody else now duck, only you
Because
one.
nobody and me wanna duck because me are the
Oh.
first get the plane. But when I was in the plane, I never see so much teeth. I did kind of afraid because and then my ears was cocked up.
Oh,
And then
yes. Uh-huh.
and then I had to chew the gum, chew the gum, chew
Mhm.
the gum.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Bring a gum and chew it.
Right.
But my first time in a plane was so I'm telling you, I lived in Franklin Town, so the plane always go over our head. So when
Mhm.
it go over, and I always look up in the air and say, one day I'm going to go on that plane. When I
Mhm.
was a little girl, one day I
Mm.
was gonna go. So going to Farin was a
Mhm.
delight for me. But the sad part is that when I came, it was like how Jackie said, it was near to snow time. The snow never start fall yet. But when I saw the white powdery thing on the day, I think then the time there, when me coming up, it was like, I think it's in 1994. Snow used to really fall,
Mhm.
Snow
Yes,
used
yeah.
to
Mhm.
really fall.
Mhm.
Nowadays,
Mhm.
nobody now gets snow again.
Mhm.
And when the
They're
snow
getting it, but
falls,
we haven't been getting a lot. But places are getting dumped.
yes,
Climate
Yeah.
change and all that, they make
yeah.
it
Yes.
shift.
They say when
But
you come
yeah,
in,
people still are get dumped. Yeah.
yeah. So when I came in the Bronx and the snow time was approaching, and me never get much winter stuff. And my son never get much winter stuff. So but I wasn't working yet. So I was
In the
you know,
house.
I was supposed to leave at a certain time, but I don't know if it's fine now for me to say it because I am now a citizen of America. But most
Yes.
of us, when we came, we overstay our time because we now go back to Jamaica. You
Mhm.
understand me? But my
Right.
reason for staying was I was supposed to go to City College and I sent my transcript to the wrong place. So at that time they were giving student visa in America at that time. Like you could
Mhm.
go and apply for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Mhm.
same year they stopped it. So I just say, you know what? Me just go stay. My mother is here, my son is here. When me I go back to Jamaica for?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not proud at that time, but God made it that way that I was an
Mhm.
illegal immigrant. Nothing is wrong with it now because I'm now a citizen. But being an
Mhm.
illegal immigrant was not an easy thing because
Mhm.
you couldn't work, you have your son to support, and a lot of things going on. But my mother eventually filed for me. You understand me?
And
Okay.
So,
over the years, you
to,
understand that you weren't
yes.
necessarily
But I
illegal.
never let nothing stop me. Miss Jen
Mhm.
is one of the toughest women ever. Nothing never stopped me.
That's
I
right.
clean the floor. I go all in the snow, go work in a people's house. Me never afraid to say. I'm not afraid to say because some people think to them, make them he say them come with gold spoon in their mouth. but I work, I clean, I go like I never see stove before sometimes. I behave like I never see clean floor before. And there's a lot of things that it humbled me. Humbled me. From a teacher in Jamaica to come and clean people's floor. It humbled me.
Yes.
Allowed me to learn that, that we have to sometimes, them say if you want good, your nose have to
run.
Yeah.
And I came to America and I lived that life. And today I can say I'm a proud graduate of the Nova Southeastern University with my master's. So you can build yourself in America.
Right,
and that's what I did. So I am proud that I took that Air Jamaica plane behind you, that Air Jamaica used to run. And I came here and I had a good life, because even though they had the struggle, to me, it was a good life. Knowing with my mother, eventually my father came, and my sisters were here, and so eventually everybody came. And so to say, okay, the family is together.
Is here. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Jen. And, a lot of us have had some really hard experiences here in this country. But the resolve is, me they are ready, what you going to do? But you just go through it.
Yeah.
And not give up and keep fighting. And, we are from a nation where we are taught to sop up things.
Yeah.
Tears are come. Where you ball for?
We not in the ball. You get lemon, you make some, you use it to make lemonade. Turn your hand. Yeah, because some people come, some people, look, I thank God for, my mother, because, she filed for us. We came, when we came, when myself and my older sister were grown women already, put it that way. I was already a mother, I had my daughter with me and all of that stuff. And she said, look, you're going to live with me until, you're working, you can go on your own and all of that stuff, which was good, because it enabled us to go to school. We could go to school full time, although I went to school and had a part-time job because I had a child and all of that stuff. But some people come here under some really rough circumstances, and they have pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, so to speak. But the thing is, with Jamaicans, we are very, very, very industrious, and we are very, very, we're full of pride and tenacity.
Yes.
We will have a plan.
Then say we little
yeah, and we will work at it. We will work at it cheaper way, because we have a plan. Like you will come and you will say, look here, I might have to suffer for a year or two, but this is my plan. Just like Jennifer said, you do this job, you do that other job, because a few people actually come here and are able to step out of the occupation that they had in Jamaica and come to it straight here.
Yes.
Even educationally. I remember when I was to start school, and even my transcript and stuff, they were kind of like questioning, what does this mean? Back then you had GCE and, O-level, A-level subjects. CXC was kind of new. But I had CXC, I had GC subjects, and they were like, what does this mean? This don't mean anything to us.
Yes.
I remember when I was going to,
hold on, Jen.
No, let her cut. It's okay.
No, I remember when I was going to Lehman College, and I was, I applied for it, and I went to Michael Teachers College in Jamaica, and it's so surprising. Lehman College took 90 credits from Michael Teachers College.
Yes.
And I said, oh my God, I don't have to go to the undergrad for 4 years, or I only went there for 2 and a little bit. You understand me? Because they took the credit. So I was proud that I started in Jamaica, and then when I applied here, they were able to take the credit from Jamaica. So they recognized Jamaica a lot.
And that wasn't the case years before.
No.
So those changed, those rules changed when you started going to Lehman. But if I may also say, Sister Sharon, say, people come here unlike you ladies, I didn't have anybody here. The only person I had, especially up in the Northeast, was a cousin, my mother's first cousin.
Mhm.
And after I came here, my son's father insisted I should come here and have the baby, and I didn't want to come. Just like Sister Shani, I didn't want to come because all my family were in Jamaica. And he said, you should come here and have the baby. It would be easier for you. And I said, okay, because when I came here like July 17, and Christoph was born August 31st.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
and you were in advanced pregnancy, Jackie.
Yes, that's how close
Wow.
it was. But I wasn't sure, and I was always a skinny person. When I came through that airport, I just had on a big shirt, a straw hat, and a pants. So you think, say, you know, I was just
Right.
doing a big clothes.
Mhm.
And August 31st, Christoph was born. And I left his house to come to my cousin's house to stay in the Bronx. And he went his ways. You know, things changed from there. And I had Christoph. And having that child there, and was there with her, and she said I could stay there. After a while, the child wasn't even 18 months when she said I had one day, one night, no longer. Those were the words written on the piece of paper.
Wow.
We seem to have a lot in common, the three ladies.
One day, one night, no longer.
Yeah.
And I was out. I was out the door with a young baby in my hand.
Oh,
and
God.
Today I hold a bachelor's degree on my own.
Right.
I worked cleaning people's floors and all of that. And the education that I earned in Jamaica, I let it work for me here. And like you said, we're resilient people. And that same cousin had to turn around. And she didn't fully apologize. But if she don't hear from me today, she's going to find me.
Yeah.
Because
But you know what?
me,
You know what? Yeah. Just forgive her and move on. But you know what happened? A lot of people have similar experiences where a very good friend of mine that I met here, her mom took her and two of her siblings here. And back then, I mean, I came on a Saturday. And by the Monday, my mother took me to Social Security office to sign up for my stuff. And she was like, okay, get your number now, you know, apply for finish. My mother was all about finishing your education, doing this, doing that. Her mother took them on the Monday.
Oh, she froze.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, as I was saying, we all had something in common because we all had our children, whether in the belly or in the hand. You know, and that was our. When you have your kid with you, it gives you hope to fight. You understand me?
Oh yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah, you have to fight for them, even if you don't fight for yourself. You have to fight for them. Yeah.
But I can tell you something, you know, because you know I've had my share of disappointments and so on. I remember I was working. The blessing about New York, which is why you find it like a melting pot, because you are able to, if you really go to your bed hungry in a New York, is because maybe you did not connect yourself to people, you know, to start building a community, or because of your pride, because you can still have no money and still somebody might bless you to give you something.
True.
That's my take.
That's true.
If you really try and say, especially those of us who come from the islands and other parts of the world who are considered, you know, immigrants and what have you, if you don't connect yourself to people, that is when you find yourself in serious problems, where you can't actually say, I can go call on Mary, I can go call on Jane, see a patty, a chicken wing, you know, some fries, some water, something. That's one of the things I realized. But I can tell you, I was blessed to get a job one time at a little preschool. I was with them for like 2 years. And you're working in this preschool, but if you don't have everything you need to have, then you can be as visible. But when it come time for the spot checks by the DOE, you got to be present. That's how I'm going to write a book.
Them take you out with the rest of the
I could.
Me can
I
write a
could.
book.
Me
So
too.
one day, me there doing their administrative stuff for them and stuff, and a came on the door. I didn't get up to answer the door. The director got up and went to the door, and the person introduced themselves, and she said, "Give us a minute," because she just quick like that. And then she come and she said, "Mr. and so and so and so." So I said, I'm going to write a book about through the back door, because me had to quickly grab my bag, go through the back door, go sit down in a one restaurant next door, and wait until they call me back when she
We do a
leaves.
lot of that. We do a lot of that.
Yeah, I have heard. I have heard of that.
So
Yeah.
because of that,
God
we
have
were
It's
mercy.
rough,
always,
man. Rough.
we were always on the alert. But some of us have come here and managed to
Yes.
hold our heads up.
I
this
used to work with
Yes.
a factory, Lady D, in Jersey. It was down now in Secaucus. And I never had nothing. But I won't tell you how I got on that factory, in that factory.
No, you don't have to.
When the people am coming, you want to see we are scatter. You understand me? We have to scatter. But I used to work with I stand on my feet as my foot mash up now. I used to run up that train station.
Oh, girl.
That Jersey bus every morning, and sometimes them give me extra hours. I have to go on a Saturday. So 6 days a week, I am running up that something to go to Jersey to work in that factory, and I have to stand on my feet for over 8 hours, packing up people for Burlington and all those big notch places. Tagging the clothes, they call them sweatshops.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I used to do all of that. So when I can't walk on my foot now, is a reason. I used to do it all. Yes, it's not easy.
And you know something?
How many of you did have 2 or 3 jobs?
No, me never do that.
I've had
All
2
right.
jobs. I've
Oui.
had 2 jobs. Matter of fact, I had 2 jobs up
That's
until
a
a week
tradition
ago.
for Jamaicans in this country.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
But you know
I
something?
know about
I
working
may.
$5 an hour. $5 an hour.
What?
$5 in that factory. It's $5 an hour. If you don't, when you go home and you get the $100 and something a week, you're happy.
I know. But listen,
Family not living.
somebody had asked me a question some years back. They work in a good job in Jamaica. She has a daughter. The daughter is now an attorney. But years back, that's like some 27 years. And she had asked me, what I thought of her. She was thinking of coming here. And of course, she would have come here without a green card, that kind of thing. So I listened carefully, because I know this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And everybody can come here and, have different experiences. So I don't really use my own experience to cloud your possibility, right? Your dream. So I listened, and then I said, listen, because we're in the same age group. I said, for people who are coming here in their 40s and have to start over, because you're going to start over. You're not walking into no office as a CPA. You're going to have to make some kind of adjustment. And when you explain
Major,
to people that you have to make
major.
an adjustment, they
Yeah.
sometimes feel that really want them come. But because there's a big difference between you living in Jamaica, working in Jamaica, taking
Yes.
a vacation to come to
Mhm.
a foreign country, wherever that is, and just spending a week or two and coming up with your dollars, shopping, going back home. You don't
Mhm.
live the life in that country. A dollar is a dollar anywhere you go.
You go.
So you can come up and see us running through the door every day. Can't get to talk to you. Take you out when we can. Give you accommodation. All the necessities. But the reality is that if you're going to come that much later in life, expect, unless a door is opened for you right away, expect that you're going to have to go through the hoops
Whole
of
heap of struggle.
starting
Yes.
all over
Holy.
again. Starting all
Holy.
over again.
Because when I came here, I was 27, right? I was
Mhm.
27 and I still don't reach where I want to go yet.
Right.
All right.
Understand me?
You still
Takes
want to
time.
accomplish.
You understand
Yes.
me? A lot of people say, but
Yeah.
will I have this? When my sister came, she came on the teaching program. So she had already established because she was coming to a
Right.
job and she came as a teacher, with her, and then them always I look and say, oh, you no reach nowhere much yet.
Mhm.
I took almost 13 years before I get my green card settled out.
Exactly. Everybody's experience is
Understand me?
different.
So is that
Yeah.
you and you come here with everything because you gonna get a job. But
Mhm.
I
Yes.
had to struggle it through cleaning this, cleaning. Where could I could even go to a bank and say, I'm going to save.
May I
You
just
understand me?
add,
So,
But
Miss
I like
Monica?
that has changed, especially for the Chase Bank and like some community
Yes.
banks. You can open an account. What I find out
Yes.
is that for many of us, unlike other nationalities who help each other, provide information, we don't do that as much. So if I tap into something like the possibility of opening a bank account,
Mhm.
I might not tell you, but a
All
long
right.
time people can open account. You just need to know
All
who to
right.
talk to and when.
Well,
Believe you
all right.
me.
If I can come in here, somebody who worked with the banking system here in this country for over 12 years told me that I could not get a bank account here because, for one, I did not have a green card, or I did not have a social security number. And this is what I did. I got a little job. I went to the job one day and I was on the computer. And this was early when they just started, when you could chat with someone, like you go on your bank or you go on a site and you see some things that says chat.
Mhm.
I went on a Citibank. I just went on the Citibank, typed in Citibank. And the very first thing that popped up was something that says chat. I
Mhm.
clicked on it and someone actually responded and said, how may I help you today, or something like that. I thought it was like a robot, but it was an actual person. And I said to the thing, I explained, I said, let me be frank. I said, I am in this country. I'm living here now. I do not have a social security number. I do not have a green card. I don't know where that came from on me, because normally they tell you, don't tell people these things.
Right.
And here I am telling this to a bank. And it's like that fear just came to the door that morning. And I said, where I am from, I am used to saving my money and putting it somewhere. And I do work a little money here. So I need somewhere to save my money. And it was a lot of money, and I wasn't even getting the money every week. Sometimes weeks would pass when I wouldn't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I need some place to put my money. And the person on the other end said, that's not a problem. She said, I'm going to send you the address to the closest Citibank near you. And I gave the person my address, and the person said, I'm going to send you to the closest Citibank. And this was a Citibank over by Pelham Manor, lady,
Okay.
right across the bridge.
Mhm.
That's why to this
Mhm.
day I still
You
have
still
that
have your
account.
account there.
I went over there and I explained to the person, the personal banker, I explained to the person what I encountered online and the chat and whatever, and they said that's fine. And they
Mhm.
told me just get 2 references and something about my income, how I got my income, whatever, and I went and got the letter. Trust me, by the next day, I was on top of that. By the next day, we realized I couldn't get an account. That was like freedom right there.
Well, I'm
And
telling
you
you.
know what I did? I got an account, I got the account opened, and that was where it started. And today, every time I call Citibank, they said, thank you for being a loyal customer. This is
A lot
over
of people
16
don't
years.
like. Congrats, Jackie. A lot of people tend not to like the Chase Bank, but I can
I
tell
love
you,
them.
I love Chase. I love Chase.
listen, I had done some promotions for know me can do little of this, little of that. So I had gotten some money by way of a check. We have no bank account. So me did walk into the bank and go up with my passport to the teller. She must have did knew. And maybe she see the passport and think America passport. So she had she cashed the check.
Our divine intervention. And the Lord. The
Me tell
Lord.
you.
Yes.
So she are you right? You know, she cashed the check.
Yeah.
So when they gave me the second check, me go back again, proudly up to. And when that teller looked at it now, she said, you don't have an account? She said, you don't have a bank account? I said, no. She said, all right, go over to the customer service guys over there. Chasing Mount Vernon. I went over. I sat with one Spanish one and a Caucasian one. And they were the 2 most helpful representatives, may I tell you. They said, do you pay rent? Yes. You have a rental agreement? Yes. You have, all right, you have your passport, stuff. They said, all right, get the rental agreement, come back tomorrow. Me no wait.
Me too.
I went back the following day. They sat me down and I walked out with an account.
Yes.
Wow.
And so as we are having this, we're disclose what is important, not absolutely everything. But as we are sharing, a lot of people who are here and they are out of status, because of the people you are connected to, they have not been very helpful to you.
True.
You have to connect to people who.
But can you take a pause there in regarding the same thing? Because somebody that I met, she explained that same thing happened. She was working, she had her money, she didn't feel safe where she was living to put it up in there. She wanted to have an account, but she was not able to open it on her own. And her aunt said to her, well, I'll keep it for you. Why, until you can do it yourself. And she said when she kept a log of how much every week this, every week that. And she said when she got up to 10 grand and went to the aunt and said, okay, no, I want to make certain moves. The aunt was like, well, we did borrow it, We did borrow it. Yeah. There was nothing there. Nothing there. So and I'm sure there are other people with similar experiences because they can't do it for themselves. And these are not strangers in the street you're asking. These are people that you know.
Well, it's usually
and you ask
people.
them.
I just have it
And
to
they
say
take it.
that our own people, I'm sorry, I love my Black people. I love them very much. But sometimes you have people who are connected to you. As I said, it's people who you know. But you have reputable people. It's like crab in a barrel. They don't want you to succeed. So they always hold you back for you not to. They succeed.
Well,
but
well,
they
it's
don't
not
want
even
to.
a matter of Jen. It's not even a matter of holding your back. Them just see as an easy target. They're
Oh,
no
sharing
better. And
throats.
also we can. I mean, we could do another show with this. Our
Mhm.
experiences having come here,
I
whether you
think we
come
should.
straight way, side way, you slide
Right.
under the door, you creep through the window. However, you
Mhm.
reach here,
Mhm.
having gotten here and are living here, the experiences that get, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, because some of our own people will see us as easy target. Them know say you're green. You're green.
Mhm.
You don't know nowhere. You
Mhm.
don't know the ropes. And you are they either they volunteer or you ask them, or it is just expected that they would show you around and help you get your foot in the door certain places. And they take advantage because with this woman working hard, she had a child, she was working 3 jobs, she hardly sleep because she had
Mhm.
plans. And her aunt, and she said her aunt is a older person, and like a somebody where young and up and coming and
Right.
probably want to go shopping. It's an older woman, and she would literally take her money and say, "Here," and that woman used every cent. She was not able to give her back any money to say, "Here you go," and she know that the girl was
I used to
relying on
that.
her
I
to.
used to wrap up mine in a paper bag and stuff it where grass never grow. Nobody. Till when I buy my first bed, me put my mother say, then now where you get that the money for buy that day.
Me that.
Not that I never love my mother or trust my mother or anything, but
Mhm.
me hear so much horror story. Me hear this story there.
Yes.
You
Mhm.
Yeah,
understand me?
yeah.
So me just
Yeah.
say, you know what, anything me go do, me go just cover, me go just hide my stuff. Because
Yeah.
when I came here, not even my family was here. And I don't want to talk ill of my family because they do. I used to trouble, go help this, go help this family, help that family, and sometimes not even a cent me get. You
Mm-hmm,
understand me? And those are the things
mm-hmm.
I use and mark there. You
Mhm.
understand me? They never really, I couldn't get a winter jacket, I couldn't get nothing for my son. It's strangers, but thank God for the churches.
I
Mhm.
was gonna
Yes.
say that, Jen. That's what I
Thank
wanted to
God,
Yeah.
come in
thank
with.
the churches. Some of them
Mhm.
never
Yes.
too called for. But if you come as an immigrant, they're gonna
Link
make
with a
sure you
church.
are okay.
Yes.
They're gonna make sure
Mhm.
you have a little food.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's one slice of pizza I can afford. They made sure you had a little food. You could have got to Sister Jane house and she cooked nice Sunday dinner. And you
Yeah.
could eat because my mother used
Yes.
to work out and she wasn't at home half of the time. So
Mhm.
sometimes it's just me and my son and huddle up. You understand me? So
Mhm.
I must thank God for the churches used to help a lot immigrants.
Well, I
Yes.
can
Cannot
tell you
lie.
something that it was just on Thursday. Someone walked into our office and, I have a discerning spirit. So she's talking to me. She came to look a job, but I figured there was more to that because I spotted 2 bags with her.
Mm, mm,
After talking, I invited her to take a seat, and stuff, and got the full story. So,
mm,
we right away started to figure out you can't sleep out a door
mm,
because she had nowhere to go.
mm.
So, we started to make some calls and stuff like that. Because people will come into this country, green card or no green card.
Yeah.
Somebody
Mm-hmm,
will say to you, you can stay with me for 2 weeks.
mm-hmm,
Then within
mm-hmm,
the week and a half, face start
mm-hmm,
to show, puff up,
mm-hmm.
Yes.
fridge a slam,
Yeah,
this a
yeah,
happen, and you realize
yeah,
they're
Mm-hmm.
sending a message to you
yeah.
and
But
you
but
have
before I got
no
cut off,
recourse. Hmm.
yeah, before I got cut off that time, my friend was telling me they came, and within the following week, her mom took them around and said, okay, you look a job, everybody look a job. And she said they got their first check. They worked like the 2 weeks and got their first check. And the mother said, okay, you all got to go.
Oh dear.
Remember, the mother sent for them. She's living somewhere adequate where there's room. And she tell them have to go on them own. She said, no, big people, me send food, no, or no work, go find somewhere. And they had to
Alright.
pack up them suitcase. Some was not even fully emptied out.
I think we should
And they
put
had
together
to
and
go
write the
find
book.
somewhere.
Mhm.
I'm telling you.
And I
No,
want to thank on this program. I want to thank this. It's some friends of mine from Antigua, and up till today we are still friends. I remember they used to live in the South Bronx. They're in Florida now, and there's this South Bronx, and this lady used to work upstate. She used to work as a nanny, and I don't know how we make. It's a strange meeting, but on the train sometimes you sit down and talk about your problems, and I think that's where. And I learned to paint, so I painted Montague Street Bagel place. I don't know if it's still there. I used to climb on ladder and paint that place. You understand me? I used to paint buildings in Manhattan on skyscraper buildings. You understand me? I used to paint, right? And that's how I met them. And I'm telling you, every weekend when she come down from her job, she would say, "Come, Jennifer, we're going grocery shopping." She full her cart, she full my cart.
Mhm.
And I would take home a whole bag of grocery, me and my son, because
I've had that experience.
up till today, her name is Baba. Up till today, they're from Antigua. Up till today, we are still friends. She was the one who encouraged me to come down when I had a little problem with my son and the company in New York. And she encouraged me to got the place for me and everything. And today, we're still friends. So sometimes they say, good friend better
Friend
than
better
pocket
pocket
money.
money.
Oh yeah.
Money,
Oh yeah.
Yes,
When
yes.
you link around there, she wasn't the most intelligent woman, but she was a giver. She was a giver. Yes.
Mhm. So as we're
God bless
sharing,
her.
we don't want to leave out our very okay, we
Faithful
don't
audience.
faithful audience. I
yes.
tell you, faithful
Ryan, pick
audience.
up
So
yourself.
Andrea says she wore a jumpsuit when she first left for Canada. What color was the jumpsuit, Andrea? So Brenda says, true Jackie, big foreign and little foreign. My first one was Cayman. She went to the Cayman Islands. Hey dear Ingrid. Ingrid had sent me a note. Say, oh no, them no give her for her visa yet. And she go much time.
Oh,
God. Oh dear Jesus.
Oh God.
All right.
Jesus.
Brenda says,
Yes.
my story is too long, but I'll say my son in the Air Force made it a little easy for me. When I told them I haven't seen him in a few years, which was true, the gentleman said, pick up in 4 days. Sure. That's how she
very
got
All
nice.
her.
right.
Very nice.
Okay. And of course, Andrea was expressing that she feel it for me with my experience of my first trip to America. Viola says, coming to foreign was something. I came in November, was something. When I came in November, I came outside when the breeze took me. I wanted to run back inside. And,
Yep.
and Ingrid is so sorry for my story. Okay. Hey, Ryan, we see. Wait, Ryan, you know, tell us how you come a foreign. What is that
Yeah.
about? Let's see.
That's a big me up. So
So we
Mhm.
all would make the New York Times.
Yes. And he said, oh my gosh, poor thing. Thank you. Then it's a rub up with some rum.
Don't lie, Makal.
So
Oh,
Charles says to this day, I still want to go back when winter comes. Mhm.
I
Um,
know the feeling all too well.
all right, Ryan, love the outfits. Yeah, foreign, where you go?
Mhm. Oh wow, and it's raining outside.
Oh, it's raining for
Are you
you?
ready for you?
it's not raining
Oh,
here.
we have
Yes.
to.
Well, fall has fallen.
Oh, yeah.
hmm We're getting
You
some
pull out
cool
your
breeze
sweater
here.
now.
Last night in Connecticut, me mean to say door opening a sleeveless.
Mm-mm.
But
What
it
is?
wasn't so
Yeah,
bad
send
because
the boss a picture.
it wasn't so bad because I was moving, I was pretty much near the
Okay.
stage area after
Mhm.
but hello, we can
I
feel it
am in
coming.
AC. I am in AC right now.
Okay. Let's see.
All right, my love.
Okay, so I'm just going through to see People are laughing, having funny moments, but because we were talking so much,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah, we
Charles,
we never
we
take a
never.
pause.
This show need an extension
I
because
know.
this we
Um,
just skimming the
yes,
edges. Some of the stories we haven't even
Yeah. Oh
touched.
yeah. Oh yeah. Cause you see,
But
when
maybe
I arrived, me talk about when me get on from my flight. But it's when me arrived, I also was wearing a skirt suit, Lady D.
mhm.
oh
Skirt suit, and my daughter have on short set. Are you talking about November? You
Jesus,
understand? Short set,
baby.
short set. Yeah, short set. She have because remember, my mother sent these clothes for us to come up from in the summer.
Right.
But I see it till the
Mm-hmm.
fall. And
Mhm.
then when I got here, and then me have my luggage to pick up and the little cart to go get and all of that. So, and my daughter just take off running, at the
Oh
airport, just a
dear.
run.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's not
God.
easy to travel with a young
No man.
child alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
My son
So
was
Oh
like
God.
five, so he was big enough.
okay. So
No, child, mine
Charles
was
it says,
16 months.
oh, oh, Charles it says, no matter how I chew the gum, my ears hurt for days. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people have it
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
So
very bad.
Brenda says,
Hmm.
my first winter experience, I stood on the walkway in Manhattan and bawled and kept saying to Hush Brenda and kept saying to myself, look how Jamaica warm. When me I do America, couldn't feel my
Hmm.
toes and fingers for a long time.
Hmm.
Charles he
Rough.
says, my girlfriend, that is how some family and friends work, especially if they see
Yep.
you got potentials.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, them
True.
always think that you're
Mhm.
gonna excel better than them. I tell you,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's about
True.
See,
excelling.
Ryan mentioning, that will be the title of my book, the back door, through
The
the
back
back door.
door.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Um,
there's
Hmm.
a restaurant like that, a Jamaica
so,
restaurant. Is
It's
it the
mhm.
called
back
the
door?
door. The
The
door.
door
It's
Oh,
just
the
the
in
door.
door.
Queens. In
Okay,
Queens.
okay.
In Queens.
Hmm. Hmm.
So here is Charles. He says, Lord, tell me about it. I had to stand 12 hour. I work for $7.25 an hour.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
God.
Jen,
serious.
even that was one of my job, Jen, going out to the door to do wine tastings when I was working with the wine company. That time the door was just coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go out there
And
and
you
do
Mm.
would not
wine
believe
tastings.
with my creativity, my first job was cutting eyebrows. I used to go down to
Really?
the
What?
shop once and cut people eyebrow and get
I
eyebrows
used to cornrow with kids them here.
and
Mm-hmm.
cornrow. You remember me used to cornrow kids here. You remember?
Yeah.
When we used to
Yeah, we used to
cornrow,
do
me
that.
do me little things.
Me
Dina, me
too, to
tell
make
myself that
little
we
money.
will never
Mm-hmm.
hungry in America. Me tell myself that I will
Mm-hmm.
never be hungry in America.
Mm-hmm.
With all my
Hmm.
talent, I used to go on the train and sing. I used to sing on the train.
Really?
Understand me? So let me tell you something. I have been through it. So I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
it's a land of
Mm.
opportunity. And if you
Mm-hmm.
want good, your
You
nose have
know
to
that they
run.
run. So Charles, he
Hmm.
says, if you have an IT number, you can open an account. Yes, you can. Mhm. Um,
But you know what?
okay.
I also find that some of the young people, especially who come here with everything in their hand, them come with them
Yeah.
card,
Yes.
somebody fly
Yeah.
for them and everything, and they come here with them card and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
They don't appreciate it, and I find
No,
that
they
Mm-hmm.
people
don't.
who come here struggle to get it. They are the ones who
Mm-hmm.
succeed and they make things work for them and take advantage of the opportunities. But
Mm-hmm.
the ones who come here with everything in their hand, used to them stand up at the corner,
I
especially
fell
when we
for
be in New
somebody
York.
already and they get it so
Listen,
easy that they never
yeah,
appreciate it. Never appreciate
yes,
me and never appreciate it. So, so sometimes when you work hard to get to it, sometimes when the people don't help you in Jamaica, like the Jamaicans are what, kick you out of the house. Me feel say they kick out of the house or they something make you even think harder and think more.
yes,
Maybe
strengthen
if you
you.
sit down in that the house there, you'd have feel say everything good. But because you were
Yeah,
thrown out, which is bad, it really hurt. But it make you even a stronger person.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And you make you want to even work harder at what you're good at.
Yes.
yes.
So as we're wrapping up now, I appreciate you ladies for sharing snippets of your experiences, and we all have them. I find, as we had discussed in a previous program, that in our culture we are talk nothing tell we business, nobody nothing know. And again, that's within reason. You don't walk and just talk your story. But if it is something significant and there is commonality across the board where people's experiences are the same, then yes, you can share your story.
Yeah.
And so that people know that, hey, no matter what, there is a way out. There is help for you. And speaking of help, there are people who are still out of status, and somebody say a high time now. I would just like to caution you, while it is still high time, please do not go put yourself into any compromising and dangerous situations just because. Because the consequence for that, we have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Some way, shape, or form.
And I always tell people that it's good to listen. Listen. Sometimes listen. You don't have to adhere to whatever people say, but listen. Pick what them say? Pick sense out of sometimes nonsense when I say nonsense to you. But you can learn. You can learn from people. You understand me? From the experience we say this morning, I can talk about my experience because I can see from my experience where it took me. So it's fine to talk about it. So others who are in the predicament will know how to take the step they need to take.
And like Lady D says, people say you mustn't talk your business or whatever, but there's some part of the business that you have to talk, because if I did not talk, I don't think I would be here today, because I came to the point of deportation in this country.
Yeah.
And here I am today. I'm a citizen and I worked, and I'm still educating myself. I earned a bachelor's degree all on my own here.
Yes.
So some things you have to let someone know, because that person may be the one to help you.
Yeah, to help you. So thank you for sharing this morning, ladies. And, all of us have come here. Some people just get up and come because they like America. Some came because they have a plan. And the plan perhaps didn't come into fruition. Things happen, changes, but still they have not given up. So in whatever circumstance we find ourselves, we should still keep pressing and don't just sit down. We don't know what it is to sit down and fold the hand. If anybody come here and sit down and fold them hand, you had no reason to come. That's what I think.
Lady, do you know me already?
Exactly.
Me can do so much things. Me do every little thing for survive.
Yes, brother. So we want to say thanks to all those who spent the time with us this morning. We appreciate you, because you could not wipe floor out a mall, a shop, or doing something. But we thank you. So your final comments, as we go.
I want to see my glasses.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the first time I see a Dockers on a foreigner. It was over them, just snap it over the regular glasses. And it was somebody coming on from England. So she just snapped. And I thought that was fantastic.
It looked like Viewmaster.
Jackie, them used to call them mafia. You remember? Mafia.
That's why I put it on. That's why
mafia.
Anyway, before I go, because I have to leave now, but before I go, I just want to say that thank you, Lady D, and for all that you have done. You have very educated topics. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we get serious, but at the same time, we are teaching our community about life. And with our experience, we can teach you guys and tell others to join in, because this is a cultural show, but it is also an educating show. And we learned so today we talked about our experience coming to America. Some of we never born with gold spoon, but we end up with gold spoon. Because once I have God with me, I think I have more than gold spoon in my mouth, because my God said his riches is in glory, and his children will never suffer. So me take that opportunity. And as I said, I could tell so much stories, but thank God we are alive to tell the stories. A lot of people gone, but we are still here. And I just want to thank you. Thank you, Lady D, for such a wonderful time. And thank you, ladies. And I am out. So
blessings.
Walk good.
You too.
Walk good, Jen.
You too.
All righty. So Sharon's and Jack. Oh, it was a good morning. I feel good about it.
Oh my gosh, yes. And we just skim the edges, of this topic.
That's just
it's
the edges,
big.
And we can have a part 2, because we could have a specific area of a part 2,
Yeah,
right.
And based on the experiences, like Lady D said, that she planned on writing a book. I had that same thought because of the experiences and some of the stories. You just them say when you think your situation bad, listen to somebody else's story, and you would really realize.
The other people can identify with it.
Thank you again, Lady D, for the platform and the camaraderie and the fun and the seriousness of the topics.
Yes, of course. Blessings to you, ladies, and to our viewers. Keep sharing and spreading the word. We want to get to 1,000. We shouldn't take so long for 1,000. Come on now. How much people don't know? Share, man, and say just subscribe. It don't cost them nothing, because people here subscribe, they hear money. But just say subscribe, no man. You want to get to 1,000. You see, when we hit 1,000, we're on the way.
Oh, yes.
Yes, once I get to 1,000 subscribers.
Tell your mother, your father, your auntie, your cousin, friend, the piece by the laundromat, whatever. Tell them to subscribe.
Thank you, Ingrid. Ingrid's a great show, Lady D. All right, so blessings, ladies. We're gonna say ta-ta for now, and looking forward to
so next week with another great topic.
Yes, please. We're out.
All right.
Oh.